everyone, and welcome to the 10K in 30-day live weekly webinar series. I'm your host, Vanessa Simpkins from TakeYourPowerBackNow.com. And today I'm coming to you live from Montreal, the city of amazing, delicious bagels. And I'm really excited because I'm going to be sharing with you today how to stand up and be seen and get paid like an expert. So we're going to talk about social media. We're going to talk about how do you write engaging posts? How do you write copy that sells? Exactly what do you do with all this knowledge and wisdom in your brain, and how do you share it with the world in a way that engages people to buy your service or your product? So you're in the right place. You're in the right place if you are a coach, consultant, speaker, healer, author, trainer, wannabe expert, coach, speaker, healer expert, and you want to sell more of your services at higher price points and really create a consistent cash flow with your business. And a portable business that you can take around the world with you as you travel. So that's what we talk about here on the weekly series. And today we've got some great content for you. So I want to jump right in and start sharing this with you. But I also want to make sure that you can all hear me. And that this amazing technology works. So if you go ahead and type in the chat box your name and where you're calling from. I'm going to have a sip of water and then we shall begin. All right, so we have some people joining us from all around the world as usual. I'm so amazed every week when I see you all. I want to make sure that you can all hear me though. Oh, yay, awesome. Monique is here. Nika, welcome to the live weekly webinar. All right. I'm going to jump in and get started. But before I do that, I want to invite you all to really show up here and participate. Really be here. I mean, you've made the decision to be here on the webinar. So really show up, ask me questions, show up and be here live, right? Turn off all of your browsers because this might be the best hour that you spend in your business. I'm going to just pull back the curtains and go ahead and share with you some of the absolute best social media practices that I use in my business. All right, awesome. Welcome everyone. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna start screen sharing. And anytime if you have questions, just go ahead and pop those in the chat. And I'm gonna do my best to answer everyone here. All right, so you're joining us on the 10K in 30-day live weekly webinar. And each week I teach you about money, mindset, marketing strategies, really for spiritual entrepreneurs who want more confidence, cash flow, and freedom in their business. Stick around, I promise. I'm going to share with you some awesome bits of wisdom, and I'm also going to give you access to my first book, From Bankrupt to $900 a Day Selling Mops. Seth Godin says there are some very big ideas in here for anyone who's ever sabotaged themselves on a sales call, which I think is all of us. So this book is really about overcoming your fear of failure, overcoming the fear of rejection, and making money. We talk about sales and also spirituality. I promise we're going to have a lot of fun. You'll come away with some breakthroughs, a fabulous system for generating more revenue in your business, guaranteed. And this is a weekly live webinar series. We talk about how to create a travel lifestyle and business. That's certainly why I created my business. We talk about heart-centered sales success. I work with mainly women's empowerment leaders, inspirational leaders, teachers and trainers. On this webinar, you're going to discover proven sales attraction systems to help you attract high-paying clients in the next 30 days, how to get massive visibility to your offers, even if you're new to business or a seasoned business owner. We're going to talk about how to break through your visibility blocks. Number one, hands down, the biggest problem that I help entrepreneurs with: fear, the self-doubt, uncertainty, overwhelm about what to do first, how to get ultra clear about your message and create content that's highly engaging and positions you as an expert that people want to buy from. Today, we're going to focus on that. How to close more sales by being heart-centered, and the importance of mastering your emotions and mindset mastery if you want to run a successful business. So I'll briefly run through a little bit about me. If you're first here to the webinars, the first time you're watching, I'm an international best-selling author. I'm featured on Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC television stations. I'm a coach, speaker, trainer, mentor. I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs worldwide really skyrocket their confidence and cash flow. That's my website, TakeYourPowerBackNow.com. Been featured in today's Business Women and Motivated magazine. I've spoken on a TED stage on the topic of success. That was many years ago. Hosted workshops all around the world and made my first 6 figures in the coaching industry using these really simple systems that I'm going to show you today. And I'm known for helping spiritual entrepreneurs break through fear and rock their sales, their confidence, and cash flow. So today I have an amazing business. I get to work with spiritual women and really teach them about sales. I teach them how to have a real business that you can, buy houses with and pay your cars with and put your kids to school with and buy, great food with. Not a hobby business, but a real, consistent income, sharing your message, impacting the world, really, and showing up and answering that calling in your heart. And I've been blessed, to be able to travel around the world and share my message with many, many people. And I'm also known as the bikini business coach. So I took my business on the road with me, moved to the paradise island of Kauai, Hawaii, which is just one of the most beautiful spiritual vortexes in the world. And I played and frolicked in the sea and ate fresh guavas and mangoes. Love, love, love. Bringing women together. I believe women are stronger together and just a lot more fun. I've led some retreats over there in Kauai, as well as in California, where I now live. It's one of my favorite places in the world, the North Shore of Kauai. I run a Soul Sister Mastermind. We have a getaway happening here in May in Laguna Beach. And I love, 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 love sharing my stories. I love speaking and inspiring. And this is my boyfriend and his beautiful children. And I took him back to Kauai. So I put this slide in here because I want to show you that when you have your own business, you basically can create your lifestyle your own way. So I created my lifestyle to take a week off at the end of every month and travel in this amazing spiritual valley called Kalalau and run around half naked and eat guavas and mangoes and sleep under the stars and just have a phenomenal time. And of course, I brought my boyfriend back there to enjoy it with me. So anything is possible for you when you have your own business. You get to really create your life and your income and make your time and make your schedule. And I also believe that, a successful business, if you are a coach or a speaker, an expert, is revolving around your authenticity. I think that, you are your brand and that your authentic stories, you being you, is really the new currency in business. We're going to talk more specifically about that today in the training. My life was not always like this. However, I had, I had some crazy kind of introduction into business, like many of you may be watching. I'm going to stop screen share and just tell you a little story. When I first got started, I was in the mop business. I used to sell mops and lint removers, like that guy on TV that sells the ShamWow. Well, I sold these mops doing these live product demonstrations on stages. I traveled across Canada, became the best salesperson in the company, wrote my first book about it. So I used to travel. I mean, it sounds great. Oh, I make $1,000 a day, really glamorous. However, I didn't have a life. I had no friends. All my plants would die. I would have to leave the house for 10 days at a time. And I remember I had a breakthrough moment when I was in the driveway of my house, taking electrical tape or, this metal tape and putting it on the holes, the rust holes in this minivan and spray painting it so no one would see how bad condition this minivan was in. And I thought to myself, oh my God, if any of your friends find out, Vanessa, how much money you're spending on this online marketing coach, more money than, your rent, you drive this shitty car. And I thought, my gosh, if anyone finds out, they will think I'm crazy, right? They'll think I'm insane. And thank God I was insane. That woman taught me, so many things about making offers, sales, online marketing. My Hobbies $600 a month income went to $15,000 a month. I went to Costa Rica that winter, escaped. I tell people I traded in my red shovel for a red bikini. I later moved to Hawaii, and now I teach other women, the mindset principles and, of course, sales principles to help them really create a solid business, a real business that makes real money. So that's a little bit about how I got started. And I want to let you know, right, that it's kind of a confusing place to be in if you're starting out as an entrepreneur. How do you actually make this thing, go? How do you make sales? We're going to talk a little bit more about that today. I've had the fortune of working with some amazing people in my career, Wayne Dyer and Jack Canfield. So not my first pony ride. I've been doing this profession now for over 7 years. My dad's also a big inspiration. He was an artist. And I believe that as an entrepreneur, we're really leaving the world a legacy, our footprint. What kind of footprint are you leaving in the world? Are you going to spend the rest of your life working for somebody else? Or are you really going to blossom into your calling and your purpose and leave that footprint? So Today, we're going to talk about how to stand out and be seen as a credible expert, a knowledgeable expert that you are, and get paid like one, more specifically. And I'm going to invite you guys all to, at any point here in the training, ask me any question. We're going to start off, I'd like to start off to find out a little bit more about you. Where are you in your business? Let me know if any of these or all of these are something that you struggle with. 5 of the reasons, entrepreneurs continue to struggle making money. Number 1, they don't have an identity or understand what their expertise is. So number 1, go ahead and type into the chat box if you struggle with any of these, just so I can help to tailor the content today to best suit you. Number 2, you don't know what you're selling. Number 2, don't know what you're selling. Number 3, don't have an influential offer, or maybe it's not enticing enough. Number 4, don't talk to enough people, don't make enough offers. So this is probably like a marketing problem. Or number 5, don't ask for the cash. Number 5, don't ask for the cash is probably like a sales issue. Go ahead and type it in the chat box and let me know. Sarita says, I struggle with all of the above. Okay, gotcha, okay. Hey, welcome Galit and Deepthi. Awesome to have you guys here joining us. Yeah, let me know, what are you struggling with the most here in your business? I remember when I first started as an entrepreneur, it was, oh my gosh, it was so overwhelming. What do you do? What do you start with? You need a website. So I hope to kind of shave it back for you guys today and really just give you the meat and some things you can take away and implement right away to help you start generating sales in your business. And again, I'm going to invite you all, if I was in business all those years back and I had a woman who had written books and been on national television, willing to spend an hour with me to answer my most pressing questions about my business, I would be hello, raising my hand and taking an opportunity. So my invitation for you is, don't sit here and make this be another webinar where you just hide out. Like, participate. Your life will blossom and explode exponentially. All right, getting off my soapbox. Lashin says number 1 and number 3. Nika says number 3, number 5. I don't put myself out there because I don't feel like I'm clear about what I do. Right, so clarity is power. Super important. We're going to talk about how you can get more clarity in your business. Great questions, everyone. All right. Galit says, I think my offer is not enticing enough, or I'm not taking it the right people who need my services. I'm doing workshops monthly, but this year it's more challenging to fill them. Gotcha. Well, you know what? With social media, you don't need to be anywhere. You can be at home, which is great. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. All right, so let's jump in here. We're just going to jump right into the training. So make sure you grab a pen and a paper. You're going to take some awesome notes here. We're going to talk about how to stand out like an expert and get paid like one. And really, for me, everything is a system. So I model things that work, right? Don't reinvent the wheel. Use what works. I'm going to show you some systems today that really work very well. Okay, so how do you actually stand out and get noticed, beyond anybody else, and really get paid like an expert? So in my books, visibility means everything. If you want to make more money, you become more visible. The game here, the game called, making a lot of money, is actually a visibility game. So write down this little recipe. Be visible, deliver value, and make offers equals money. Be visible, deliver value, and make offers. That equals your income. All right. And most people, Galit, when you're saying, or somebody said here, I'm not so clear, so I'm not really taking action. The clarity comes from the doing. And when you get in the game, the clarity happens, right? So a lot of people think, oh, when I get it all figured out, then I will do this. That's not how it works. You get in the game and the clarity happens. But that's the recipe for income. So today we're going to talk about specifically how to post effective and engaging social media posts that get sales, how to craft your copy so it attracts buyers and not a bunch of looky-loos, or 3 simple ways to position yourself as an expert that people want to buy from, mindset shifts to help you stand out and serve, how to stop hiding out behind the computer screen as the best kept secret, and how to write copy that sells. This is specifically what I'm going to show you here today. So what do you post on social media? I get this question all the time with a lot of my clients. They're wanting to know what do I do? Like, seriously, what do I say? How do I say it? So I decided to take a little moment and share this with you. You want to share stories on social media, specifically like a before and after story or a personal philosophy. You want to share stories that talk about your brand and the transformation they will receive after buying your product or service. This is really important. I'm going to show you one specifically here. You want to share inspiration and information. You want to sell, a combination of these 2 things, and case studies or you know, testimonials, things like this. Really powerful. So I am just traveling here to Montreal, and I decided, I had a story. I posted this on the Facebook. I actually posted it through Instagram and had it posted on my Facebook wall. And it's a story, okay? And I'm going to share with you, I'm going to piece this out so you guys understand how this works. But over 109 people liked it. I had 20-something comments within about 24 hours. And this is a story that talks a little bit about my brand. It also teaches, it also inspires, it kind of does everything, but it's a story. And I want you to see how short, quick, something you can write can get a lot of people to kind of give you like a high five online, and it raises also kind of your rankings on Facebook, so more people can see your page and see your posts. So notice I started this with a statement. This trip has been quite interesting to say the least. Oh my God, what does she mean? Right? So there's a statement. Bah. And then I got into the problem. My flight was delayed yesterday, stayed in Chicago. Today my car rental, when I arrived, was canceled. Sorry, miss, no more cars, were sold out. Oh my God, I want to find out what's going on in her life, right? And then I tell them about the Visa card company, and I got so pissed off. And my third instinct, you know, I decided the universe must have something better in store for me. Went to the next counter, no BMWs. Next counter, no BMWs. Next counter, guy's like, oh my God, Miss Simpkins, right? She's famous. I'm serious. I had like a freak out at the car rental place. I was like turned beat red. And, you know, this guy from Budget Car Rentals remembered me, gave me a super deal on a BMW. And so I shared that story, and then I shared a few hashtags like don't stop believing, universe got your back, don't get mad, level up, first time starstruck. It's the first time someone ever said to me, oh my God, she's famous, you know. And people loved that. I got a ton of likes and comments. So notice I'm sharing with you a story, all right? And this is very powerful with a simple picture. So I'm gonna walk you through the dynamics of how to write something like this. How do you write an engaging story post? So write this down. You want to start with a bold statement, a shocker. You know, so my shocker was this trip has been quite interesting to say the least. It's not that shocking, but it's kind of intriguing. You might want to make it all in caps, okay? Or you might want to say, attention, you know, all coaches and consultants, and then start your post. So it's the first thing immediately has to grab people. The next point is you want to start in the story. So, you know, you can start it like, so I was walking to the coffee shop, and you're telling a story, right? My flight was delayed yesterday, stayed the night in Chicago. Instantly, I'm into the story. And then you tell the woe, or I call it share the shit, right? And then turn it around. So, you know, you take people into, you know, this is all the bad things that happen. You know, I'm telling this is the truth, right? This is like a vulnerable share. I was really pissed off, right? I'd been delayed. I had to stay overnight. My car was canceled, right? So this is very engaging. Like, look at what they show on TV. It's sensationalism, okay? And then you, and then you turn it around. Okay, so you have the turnaround, the good thing that happened, and then you tie it back to your statement or your teaching point. So, you know, in this case, you know, my teaching point is the universe has your back. You know, there's no point in getting mad. You just level up, you know, and then have a call to action. So in this post, I didn't have a call to action. This was just me sharing a little bit about my life. But you can have certain call to actions like, you know, I'm opening up some space in my coaching practice, send me a message. Or if you want to sign up for my cool free gift, go to my website here. Or if you like this post, share it on your wall. All right. I'm going to show you now. Here's another story post I had one of my clients put up, and she got 6 sales calls with this one post. Okay, just one post on her Facebook wall. I mean, one post, she has 6 people, you know, wanting to do business with her. And notice the first sentence, stop people pleasing, how to say no and put yourself first. Okay, so there's the shocker headline. And here she starts out kind of telling a story about her, how she used to be a people pleaser, saying yes too much to people. You know, she's opening up the kimono. You want to share with people, why are you an expert? You know, you got to share your shit. You got to show people a little bit of vulnerability and tell them a story. Next, at the end, she says, you know, If you would like my support in transforming your negative and limiting beliefs, if you'd like to let go of the old habits of thought that keep you stuck in suffering, guilt, anger, resentment, I can help you. Send me a private message and let's connect. I have some space in my program. It's a free chat to explore, to see what working together might look like. Feel free to look at the testimonials, and just a really nice ending. So there's a nice call to action. She put a nice picture up there, posted it a few times on Facebook, and the results were freaking phenomenal. She had like 6 people want to work with her. This is simple stuff here. So I want to share with you a quick little tip, and let me know if that was helpful for you guys, listening in here. Was that helpful to know about stories, and what kind of, I'm going to stop the screen share. I'm going to post for you guys. What kind of stories can you start sharing right now with your audience? What story, what's your before and after story? What is a story that you can use to teach with? And what if you took, just right now, just write down, let's say 10 of the top stories that you've kind of always told throughout your life. I mean, there's a story that I tell when I first moved to Japan when I was 20 years old, and I nearly died at the hands of these pack of wild monkeys at the freaking waterfall one day. And I tell that story throughout my life. And there's another story about the mops and traveling across the country, living out of a minivan and becoming this, salesperson. And I tell that story. I tell the story about moving to Hawaii and following my dreams. Like, what are the stories that you tell often? What are the learning stories that you can tell? Write those down. Just take a moment, 30 seconds, and run through a few stories that you could tell, and then decide to share those on social media. You'll be amazed. Okay, we're going to keep going. I'm going to show you guys an amazing trick here. I'm going to show you exactly what I do now on social media. I'm kind of doing like a 2-in-1. Just started doing this recently. Instagram. Instagram is an amazing platform. Totally amazing. Why? Because it's visual, and a lot of the kids are into it now. My cousins are into this, and I think social media follows trends. So this is, I just started into Instagram, but I noticed there's a lot of activity on there. If you like to post pictures, colorful pictures work well, and you can tell stories here with an image. What I suggest you do is, tell people very simply here in your bio, what it is you do. I teach women's empowerment leaders confidence and cash flow strategies, mindset mastery, and sales success secrets. My hashtag is the Bikini Biz Coach. Sales class is open. Here's my link to my sales class. So I would suggest that you put here in the link, your link to your free gift or your free training or whatever it is you want to do. Now, so here's what I do. I post it on Facebook. There's my BMW post. I post it on Facebook. I post it on Instagram, and then it goes straight through to Facebook. So it's kind of like a double whammy, a 2-in-1. Now, I do this every day, and I probably do about 3 posts every day on my personal profile page. Into Facebook, it goes through Instagram and into Facebook. And that's part of my marketing plan. Another part of my marketing plan is I host a live weekly webinar training every single week. Sometimes I have guests on it. That's what I do, all right? So if you want consistent income, you've got to get in your mind to have a consistent marketing plan. And if your business is not filled with, all the clients that you need, you should be spending 4 hours a day marketing. Oh my gosh, head pop off. Yep, that's what it is. Here's a client of mine who decided to take the challenge, and she worked with me and generated over $24,000 in sales by being consistent with her marketing. Celebrating another success. It brings up my month to $16,000. How's that for a first month? Oh, October 2nd, a few days later, another $6,000. Boom. Thank you, Vanessa Simpkins. All I did was show her how to be consistent with her marketing, and taught her how to have successful sales conversations, and boom, here it is. So what about you? What would be possible in your business if you took on the challenge to be consistent using the right systems in your business? And let me be honest with you, it is called consistency. Very easy to start the race. Okay, a lot of people start all kinds of things and they never finish them. The name of success is called consistency. Your body is going to look like what you put in it consistently. Your mindset is going to be, your life is basically what you put into your mind every day consistently. You know, your kids are going to behave a certain way. The dog is going to behave a certain way, you know, based on how you treat them consistently. Do you let them eat gummy bears all day long, or do you, feed them good food? Do you let your dog jump all over the place, or do you, discipline him? It's consistency. I'd say one of the most overlooked success keys. I'll embrace it. I swear to God, it will transform your life. So let's talk about 3 simple ways to position yourself as an expert that people want to buy from. Now, this you can do. A lot of people tell me, oh, Vanessa, you've got best-selling books and you're a best-selling author and you've been on TV. It's so easy for you and you're pretty. Shut up, okay? I had to get off my ass and do it just like everybody else. I had to get off my ass. Hashtag get off your ass, okay? And get in the game. That's 2 new hashtags for me. Get off your ass and get in the game. It's called work. And, it doesn't matter where you are, where you're starting from. You can make yourself a success. You can make it happen. And I'm going to share with you some very simple ways. People buy from experts. So how do you start? How do you become an expert even if you're not an expert? How do you start? What do you do? Okay, you're still in your job. How do you start generating sales in your business? Well, one of the first ways to do this is create yourself a signature. So here's a signature when I promote my webinars or I promote something. Some of my Facebook posts have this signature: founder of the 10K in 30 days Skyrocket Your Confidence and Cash Flow program, and the creator of the Soul Sister Mastermind. That sounds pretty cool. Well, what if you decided to start a program? You know what I mean? You don't have to have anybody in it to say that you're the founder of XYZ program, right? So go ahead and create yourself a cool program name. And here's a tip: you want your program name to talk about the benefit that your clients get. Okay, you sell people what they want, and then you give them what they need. The next thing, so think about this: start a program, have a signature. Every time you post in social media, people can find out more about you. Second thing you can do to position yourself as an expert people want to buy from is write a book. I mean, I've written several. I've got 2 books. I'm in a few compilation books. But even if you just say that you're starting to write a book, okay, you go to Fiverr.com and get somebody for, even if you spend 10 or 20, even if you spend $60 on somebody to give you, this one over here, the middle one cost me about $50 to get this cover made up. This one cost me, I think, $5. You get it, just a simple cover made up. And then you can say, I'm the author of the upcoming book, or, founder of the program. It costs you $5 on Fiverr to get somebody to create a 3D image. Do you know what I mean? And boom, you become, the author or the founder of this or that program. Really powerful stuff. And it's very powerful. So number 2, the second way you can create expert status is become the author or the founder of a program or a book. Go to Fiverr.com, find a designer, and get it done. Number 3, the third way to position yourself, again, is to teach. Teach, okay? People who teach are leaders. So the recipe is be visible, deliver value, make offers. If you follow this, you are going to have clients and money. A lot of it. I guarantee you. This is the way it's done. Right? I was telling one of my clients the other day, I said, just the fact that you're running a webinar, the fact that you're out there teaching, you know what I mean? It's amazing. You're a rock star. Actually, I told one of my clients today, you're a rock star. She said, yeah, I am a rock star. Literally, I said, no, rock star. She says, yeah, I sing in a rock band. I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. So be visible, deliver value, make offers, guaranteed. That's how money comes to you. So here's some of my favorite tools. Oh my gosh, I love these tools. I'm actually going to show you how I use some of them. One of my favorite tools for, having a consistent flow of clients and consistently being visible, delivering value, making offers, is using a webinar jam. This is what I'm using right now to deliver this webinar for you. I believe it's $400 a year. Great program. It interfaces with Google Hangouts, creates YouTube replays for you. Super awesome way to interact with your tribe and deliver value. I'd recommend doing a weekly or bi-weekly webinar. Facebook, one of my favorite platforms. Facebook, I love Facebook. Everyone's on there. Your clients are on there. Your grandmother's on there. Everyone's on there. Time Trade. This is a program that I use to book in sales calls or book in coaching calls with my clients. It interfaces with my Gmail calendar, and it can help save you time and money if you want to save time with an assistant when you first get started. Canva.com, amazing free tool that I use to edit images with. HaikuDeck.com, another free tool. This is a great free tool that I create. This image that you see here, my favorite tools with me in the picture, and I take your power back now, I created that on HaikuDeck. It's great for creating slides. PicMonkey.com, that's a paid service, but I like to use that for photo editing. And then I use Pinterest. I'm going to show you here how I use Pinterest. Okay, Pinterest finds a simple and easy way to get inspired to create great content. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up the Pinterest board and show you. Nika says this is very helpful. Deepthi, please help me. Deepthi wants to know about how to attract a job. We're going to talk about mindset here in a moment. It doesn't matter what you're wanting to attract in your life. The first thing that you need to do is get your mindset and your foundation properly set up. That's the first thing you need, is to get your mind and your brain straight. So we're going to talk about that soon. But right now, what I'm going to show you is what I do, how I use Pinterest to go ahead and find all kinds of cool things to post on my social media. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen, Google Hangouts, my desktop. Okay, let's try desktop. No, let's try Google Hangouts. Okay. Because I know it goes weird for just a minute. Okay, so now you should all see my Pinterest board. Okay, so I'm logged into Pinterest. What I like about it is on this search board, you can do things. This is what I do. I do quotes. I do success. I do happy. So you're searching for things here, right? Let's just hit return. So it's going to search through all the pictures that have quotes, success, happy, and then you find all these cool. This is how I use it. So look, set a goal that makes you want to jump out in bed in the morning. So let's say I like that. Okay, so I would take this. I would go here and I would download the picture. Report this pin, or how do I do this again? Okay, download, save image to downloads. It's got some kind of branding, the color run, but I don't care. So I just saved it to my downloads. Then I would go into Facebook and I would, put it into Facebook. I'm gonna go get my downloads here. Downloads, pick this little picture, and then, I would say something about it. I would say something like, set a goal that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning. I would say something like, successful people, I'm sharing a philosophy, right? Successful people make goals. What about you? I don't know, just something like that. Question mark, exclamation point. And I would put a hashtag. I don't know why I put a hashtag, but I would put success. I'd put goals. I'd put inspiration, success, inspiration. That's it. Just something like that. And actually, if I wanted to get really technical, I would do this on my iPhone, and I would put this picture through Instagram and then make it pop here as well. Successful people make goals. So that's basically what I do. Post it. Look at that. You're seeing it live training here. Set a goal that makes me want to jump out of bed in the morning. People love quotes like this. Here's another picture. People love also pictures of your face, smiling pictures of your face. Super, super, super rad. Here's another story. I told a story about one of my most favorite places in the world. And, people love that as well. So these are actually pictures of my brand. So my brand is about travel lifestyle. It's about, making your own money. It's about being your own boss, but it's also about having, being able to travel. I used to live in Hawaii, so a lot of my brand is about traveling and being outside. And here's another thing that I got from Pinterest. People love it. People shared it, actually. Pretty cool. The story again. So, you want to make a mix of something that catches your eye. Again, smiling women, super is my mom and my sister, and I call her my second sister, but tons and tons of these quotes. People love them, and they're really easy. This is another story. again, lots and lots and lots of smiling faces, stories, and images that I get from Pinterest. So that's another way, you know, pick a few words that you like. And I do this once a week. I just download a whole bunch of them that I like, and then it gives me inspiration to write those little quotes with. All right, so I'm gonna go and check to see if anybody has any questions. Any questions so far about any of the training that we've gone through? Any questions about social media that you have for me? I'm gonna take a look at them. And I'm also gonna continue here with the presentation. Okay, so I showed you Pinterest. That's basically what I do in my business. And again, if you do anything like that, you know, consistently, you're gonna attract people. People are gonna follow you. They're gonna watch you. Okay, so we're gonna jump into the mindset shift here. This is a really big shift. And Sarita is asking, how do you get around feeling like a fraud at first? Well, that's a great question. I suggest at the end of the webinar you apply to chat with me, but that's a very, very big issue that women have, and it comes from thinking that you are not the creator of your world. So I'll get a little bit into that. How to get more people engaged in my Facebook group? Okay, great questions. So let's jump into that. We're going to talk a little bit about mindset. We're going to jump into the other two questions. So how do you get over feeling like a fraud? How do you get started? How do you feel like, who am I, right? I mean, I'm not a Tony Robbins, right? Who am I to start talking about I know all this stuff? So, I mean, you couldn't have posted that question at a better time. It really is just about being willing to teach, to begin, to start where you're at, all right? The best mentors, the best coaches, the best experts, they all got started somewhere, but the fact is they started. I mean, I started making videos in my truck when I lived in Hawaii. Sometimes I made videos when I was going, look at me, I got a hat on, I'm heading back from the gym, I've got my hair in a braid, you know what I mean? Start where you are right now, and what you know is perfect. You have to be willing to start where you are and share what you know. So think about it this way. If you had a grade, and this is for you, Sarita, if you had, you know, a grade, let's say 10, or let's say a grade 10 level education on French, and you could teach all the grade 9s, the grade 8s, the grade 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the kindergartens, you can teach all those people. It doesn't matter that you're not Tony Robbins. You don't have to be. You just have to be willing to teach what you know as a grade 10 student who knows grade 10 math to all those other people. Right? That's the only thing you need to be willing to do, to be willing to begin, to start. All right? So start. Here's a case study of Gabrielle. When she first started, she wanted to travel. She had a business, but it was taking up too much of her time. And we did a lot of mindset work together. You should watch her video. It's really cute. I think she's in Panama. She's traveling for 3 months with her husband, and her business exploded. And it exploded because she decided to take her power back and command her mind. So Deepsy was asking here, well, this training sounds like a training about, you know, entrepreneurs, and it really is. She wants to know, how do I attract a job? Well, whether you're wanting to attract a job or attract clients, the command, you know, it first starts in your mind. And you have to be willing to command your mind, or you're going to be the victim of it. Command your mind, or you're going to be the victim of it. So the first thing is, you know, believe that you can do it, and that you're halfway there. And I recommend everyone use, you know, the affirmations. I am, you know, I am attracting the best job. I am attracting high-paying clients. I am an amazing expert. Whatever you put in there after I am, you vibrate as, and you attract. And most people are thinking unconsciously all day long thoughts like, oh my God, it'll never happen to me. I'm not good enough. What are you kidding me? And, you know, it'll never work out for me. A lot of entrepreneurs that I work with have some very deep-rooted, serious, unconscious habits and patterns that are completely preventing them from even getting out there. I would tell you it's the #1 problem. Fear of being visible, it has to do with internal mindset. So to answer everyone's question here, believe you can, and you're halfway there. Okay. Gellet says, this is what I'm doing, teaching through videos, so workshops, social media. I love teaching, speaking. It's my passion. Leshan, what's your best advice, suggestions for someone with no list to get out there? Okay, so great questions, everyone. First thing, like I said, believe in yourself and you're halfway there. You know, the best command that you can give yourself is to trust yourself. Trust your inner, trust, you know, the God indwelling in yourself. Trust that spirit indwelling in you. Trust it, believe in yourself. Give yourself that command. And then get around people who can help you, you know, and who are going the same place as you. A lot of entrepreneurs are trying to become six-figure business owner, and they're hanging around with freaking turkeys and people who are working in a 9-to-5 job, and they think that they're crazy. You're crazy for thinking you can do that. You need to hang around with people who are doing and going after the same things you are and that can hold you accountable. So get support and mentorship. Surround yourself with people who can see your greatness and who believe in you and who can show you the way. So I know this about you if you're a heart-centered spiritual entrepreneur, if you've made it this far, you know, here in the program, that you have amazing gifts to share with the world. And it's my intention to help you get out there and just say yes, you know, to that source, that calling, that knocking in your heart. I've had the privilege of working with some phenomenal healers and workshop leaders. Lisa Cattell, her first month, she signed a deal for $37,000. That was pounds. That's about 50,000 US dollars. She said, I'm here with the celebration. I just signed up to work with Vanessa in mid-October last month. I was feeling very stuck and unmotivated. It was a big decision to invest the money. Notice she uses the word invest. Let me tell you something. If you want to run a six-figure business, it's called invest in yourself. You know, if you want to go out there and you want to run a Starbucks, it's a $300,000 investment just to say you're going to sell their coffee and put up the little green sign. That's not including the beans or the rent or the hire, the help, or nothing. So Lisa invested in herself, paid off. She made 50 grand her first month. Not bad. Not bad. You can find more testimonials on my website here. Karen Connolly, another just amazing success story. She hired me really just for mindset. It turned out so amazingly that she ended up becoming her own mindset coach. And now she's doing workshops and she's got clients. Sharon Cohen, another phenomenal lady doing amazing work. She was a naturopath and had a vision to do a one-day women's empowerment event. Didn't know really, well, how do I fill this room, Vanessa? What do I do? And we worked together and I created a clear strategy. Remember, clarity is power. When you have clarity, you're going to get your ass into action. That's really what you're missing. If you don't have the clarity, it's really, really hard to do anything without the clarity. So I gave her an action plan, and she's done now 2 of these amazing one-day events. I was a speaker at one of them, over 140 women. So my question again to you is, if you're not, you know, taking your business where you want to go, if you're running around in self-doubt and spinning around in circles, how much time are you spending in survival mode? I think if you're not thriving, you're in survival. And what is it actually costing you not to have the clarity that you need in your business, not to have the clarity with your marketing funnel, not to have the clarity with your programs, not to have the clarity with your mindset? What is it costing you in terms of the money that you could be making or the impact that you can be making in the world? It's not always about money. I remember when I was working in a job, the job was killing me. I was selling mops for you know, geez, I was saying, my goodness, I hope this is not the end all be all of my life. There's more to my life than selling mops, right? Now, it was a great training for me, but when I was in it, it felt like it was, you know, killing me slowly. I would go to the store every day. I would think, oh my gosh, somebody give me a gun, right? So what's it costing you in terms of your peace of mind, your happiness, and your energy levels to not have the clarity that your business needs and deserves? What's it costing your kids, your family? I mean, if you could be having more time to spend with your family or running your own business, you know, what's that costing you in terms of you and your relationship with your spouse? What's it costing you not to have the clarity that you need in your business? I'm going to talk to you about it. One of my most favorite quotes in the world: education consists not so much of knowledge, but of knowledge effectively and persistently applied. People are paid not merely for what they know, but more particularly for what they do with what they know. That's from Think and Grow Rich, author Napoleon Hill, one of the most highly read books in the world. So it's not enough just to come and pop on webinars and read a book. It's called action. What are you going to do with the knowledge that you amass? What are you going to do with what you learned here today? So you have a choice. You can say, hey, Vanessa, this was a great training. Thanks. I'm going to go out there and try some of this stuff on my own. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to have a little bit of a bumpy road. Going to have a little bit of a few bumps in the road if you try and go it on your own. Or you could take my hand. I could show you a proven system for success. And what if in the next 30 days you could generate 10K in your business? What if it was just $5,000? You know, a lot of people tell me, my gosh, just making another $5,000, I would quit this crappy job. How would you like to double or even quadruple your income? You've seen people like Lisa that made $50,000 in their first month. So my invitation is to really help you skyrocket your confidence and your cash flow. This is what jazzes me up. I could eat this for lunch, breakfast, breakfast, lunch, and supper. I love celebrating my clients' wins when they get new high-paying clients, when they're able to buy new cars, when they're able to go on vacation with their kids. I love this. I love what I do. And I have the best program. I can tell you, after 7 years of working with spiritual women, I do have the best program online. It's called the 10K in 30 Days Skyrocket Your Confidence and Cash Flow Program. It's really a mastermind, an online mastermind for spiritual women. It's the place for spiritual women to prosper. This is inside the membership site. You get lifetime access to this. It's actually, there's more on here, but we talk about mindset. I have a whole program on mastering all the inner gremlins. You know, this is really where the foundation for wealth begins. If your subconscious beliefs are not in alignment with the goals that you make, you are never going to make money. I don't care how many webinars you attend. I don't care how many workshops you do. You need to get your mindset straight. If that is off, you're done. So we start with mindset. It's a huge mindset component in the program. Module 1, we talk about who are your ideal clients? What are your marketing messages? What's your brand story? Module 2, we decide what are going to be your visibility and your traffic generation sources. Are you going to do webinars? Are you going to do a 30-day video challenge? Are you going to do workshops? You know, what are you going to do? Module 3, how are you going to package yourself? How are you going to create a high-end package or an online mastermind or a VIP day? Module 4, I share with you my sales script and how do you handle sales objections. If you've never been an entrepreneur before, having sales freaks you out. So I get the most questions about this. That hands down, that module right there is worth its weight in gold. Module 5 is how to position yourself as an expert. We talked a little bit about that today. Module 6 is about networking, how to network your way to clients. Module 7, how to create an opt-in or a free gift that, you know, invites people to get to know you, taste test you, and sign up for your programs. Module 7, again, that's website. Module 8, you have your sales attraction system. So what is that? Well, how are you going to attract people and turn them into paying clients? What is your system? What's the clarity? How are you going to do it in your life or your business? What does that look like for you? So at the end of this program, you have all of that together. I also throw in the 30-day video challenge, how to create videos on social media, attract clients with that, which I love, and the webinar mastery secrets program, and as well, you know, how to 10x your income using online masterminds. All that's provided for you in the program with a ton of accountability with me. You also get my workshop profit secret system. So all of my best programs, I throw it in there and then let you choose, you know, based on your personality, you know, based on what really excites you, how, you know, you can create your sales attraction system. And the program really is awesome. There isn't anything like this that exists right now. I tell you, it's the best program. It really is. I mean, the results are phenomenal. When you master your mindset and you get into action using the right plan, the results are phenomenal. And I believe it's because I offer people a lot of accountability. There's group calls every week, and you get some one-on-one time with me as well. So I really know my client's business intimately. Here's something that I just snapped from Facebook. One of my clients says, "Hey, Vanessa, just received your gift. Really want to say thank you. Also want to personally thank you for your program, your coaching too. You're over-delivering. This is one of the best, if not the best, investments I've ever made." How cool does that feel? How would you like to receive messages like that from your clients? Here's another testimonial. Susanna, $20,000 her first month. She says, "Vanessa's challenge is 10K in 30 days, but my results have been double that." Her sales training is called Skyrocket Your Confidence and Cash Flow. That's exactly what she does. Hiring Vanessa was the very best thing I've ever done for my business. So my invitation for you, if you want to get results like that, stop hiding out, do something different, and sign up to chat with me about the program. I do have somebody who's graduating from our mastermind. I run a 9-month online mastermind where clients get absolute rock star results with a lot of my help. It's a very small program. I don't invite a lot of people often into the program. I keep it capped, like I said, because I'm very involved in their businesses, but you get a ton of accountability and the support, and you do have to apply. I don't take everybody. I'm very selective about who I will invest my time with. And if you are serious and if you are, interested in really, really taking your business to another level this year, then I will invite you to apply on this link, takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. I'm not going to go ahead and play all these video testimonials, but you're welcome to go and check them out on my website. Do yourself some due diligence. Even if you're a mom, Maggie has 2 kids, 1 and 3 years old. She's Vanessa, I got 12 hours a week to run my business. What can we do? She loves her business model. Tanya just took her kids traveling. She just bought herself a brand new car. She got a divorce and she never really traveled with her kids. Now she's traveling all over the place. I love this. I totally love celebrating my clients' wins. So I'll let you guys read all of those testimonials. Vanessa's 10K in 30-day program is the real deal. My first month, over $16,000. So again, I've set aside some time to speak with you in the next week for about an hour or so, really on how to dramatically help you improve your sales and attract more clients. That's what I want to do. And I'll personally take the time to sit down and talk with you to help you get crystal clear about what's holding you back from getting the results you want. And this is for you, again, if you're selling any kind of service and you want to be able to sell your services for higher price points, attract more leads and paying clients, this is going to help you get there. The price is free. Again, the place to apply is takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. So many of you might be thinking, oh my God, this is scary. I totally want to do this, but wow, oh my gosh, it's scary. Of course, that's where the magic happens, outside your comfort zone. You gotta get ready, man. Entrepreneurship is all about getting out of your comfort zone. Remember, nothing happens until you make a decision. This is my sister and I bungee jumping in New Zealand. It's crazy. And you got to take risks, you know what I mean? But the right risks. You want to learn from people, learn from a mentor that's, been where and is doing what you want to do. That's the best way. And of course, follow your intuition. I believe if you're here, if all the freaking people in the world and you showed up on this webinar, there's got to be a reason for that. People say all the time, I've been praying. Well, when God gives you an answer, you got to get off your ass, #get off your ass, and, take an action. Let love guide you, that loving grace. It guides you to things, but you gotta say yes. We have free will. So last thing I'm gonna leave you with, everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. If you want a different result, you gotta make a different choice. Life is happening for you, by you, with your decisions. So your power is based on your decisions. So if you want a different result, make a new decision. Again, there's a link to register and apply to talk with me. And we'll explore, really what's going on in your business and how to get you to the next level. The website is takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and answer some of these questions. Deepti's asking me, where can I get a good law of attraction book? Yeah, so that's my book, actually. It's a great book. It's a great law of attraction book. I'll give you guys the link here. For where you can read my book, and I'll give it to you guys for free for watching the webinar here. I'm going to type it, there it is, into the chat box. And I'm also going to, here's where to apply. I'm going to type that in for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and just take a little peek here at some of the questions. So if you have a last minute question, go ahead and type it in to the chat box. Nika says your testimonials are absolutely amazing. I watched all of them. Thank you. Yep. Sarita says, thank you so much for doing this today. Super valuable. Awesome. If you go ahead, Sarita and Nika, if you guys want to help me, share the word, post something on my Facebook wall that you enjoyed today's training, that would be awesome. Gillet says she's doing some teaching through workshops, videos, social media. What's the best advice suggestion for someone who has no list to get out there? I suggest you do a 30-day video challenge. This is one of the things I teach my clients. Super easy, a video every day on social media, talking about stories, telling people your philosophy, consistency. You want to start being consistent and start making offers. Best way to do that is online video. You've got an iPhone, you can pop a video onto Facebook, onto LinkedIn, onto YouTube, but really just on your personal wall. It's the easiest, fastest way. You don't even need a website. You can get amazing results with that. Great question. Galit, how do I get more people engaged in my Facebook group? Well, that's a strategy. You can use some of the concepts that we spoke about today to invite people, but engagement really happens when you ask questions. So it's not just about giving people content, it's about stirring and asking for people to, asking them questions, and then hosting trainings like this one where you can interact live with people. So I think that's all the questions I have so far. I'm going to thank you guys for being here. It's amazing to see you every week. Again, my name is Vanessa Simpkins from TakeYourPowerBackNow.com. I so absolutely adore you and really want to celebrate and honor you for being here. 10,000 other places you could be in the world, and you chose to be here. So there's a reason for that. Thank you for investing your time. Hope you guys have found this super valuable. Again, you can go ahead and get my free book, From Bankrupt to $900 a Day, Selling Mops. The link is here in the replay. And again, the link to apply to work with me is called TakeYourPowerBackNow.com/10K ready. I love you guys. Have an amazing day.